Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin Up. Thank you for joining me today. It is Wednesday and it's Christmas week. I can't believe it is already Christmas week. It is the year, I don't know where it's gone. So hello, I hope you're here relaxing and getting ready for your holiday. I am fixing my chat for some reason. I don't know why. All of a sudden it goes to the very bottom. It's really odd. But I'm going to just scroll up because then I can see it better. So hi Deborah, how are you? Hi Patty, Barb, welcome. Hi Kathy. Hi Debbie, how are you? I hope everything is going okay with hubby. So I know there's not going to be a lot of people watching today. People are baking and getting ready for the holiday. I did some baking yesterday. I like to take my neighbors some cookies and treats, and so I made some cookies yesterday, and so after the video we're going to walk around and go hand those out. It does seem like it came back soon. Sitting by my hubby in the hospital. Oh good, Debbie. Well, I hope he is getting better and relaxing and he can get back home soon. Hi Tashana, hi Danette, how are you? Hi Anita. So, oh my gosh, it's been crazy. I did get to spend some time in my craft room today, and I've been working on bingo. So my bingo kit is done and ready to go, and it's so much fun. So I am getting that ready to go. Bingo is going to be on the January 18th at 5 o'clock. 4 projects, 4 bingos, 4 $100 prizes. It's a great, fun evening of just sitting back and watching me craft the 4 projects. We'll play 4 games, and then I'll mail the kits off to you. The other thing I'm working on right now is the paper share. I'm getting that ready to go. I am just kind of getting my labels ready for the packages. I do put your packages all in 6x6 envelopes, and well, they're really 6x6.5 envelopes, and I label them and everything for you and get those out for you. So that deadline is January 3rd because I'm going to order them first day we can order and get that shipped back to me as soon as possible so I can get it all packaged up for you. So, oh, thanks, Debbie. I'm working on that. And then the last thing that I have going right now is the January class, which is Country Floral Lane. And I'm just dying to give you guys a sneak peek, but I'm not going to. There are 6 projects. There is, I'm going to glance at it really quick. I think there's 1 fancy fold. Let's see, 1 fancy fold, 1 3D item, and there's going to be a lot of little fun cuts and pieces to these. They're going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited about those. And once I sat down and started creating with that set, I couldn't stop. I had so much fun. And then I created another fancy fold one for bingo. So you're going to get one of those in bingo too, and it will be a fancy fold. Hi Patty, how are you? Hi Shaz from the UK. Welcome, welcome. Speaking of the UK, we have been trying to get our trip and everything together. I told you guys that our incentive trip is we're able to start booking everything, and it's a little overwhelming. It's, you know, you're going from this place to that place, and this is what we're going to do before our cruise. So we're kind of trying to plan all that out. One of my dreams in life is to go to Paris, so we're going to do that. So I'm super excited about that. But anyway, so those are the 3 things I have going on: paper share, January bingo, and January class. I know right now as the holidays, things are rough. We are getting a lot of people signing up, but if you are interested in signing up, please do sign up so I can kind of start figuring out numbers and stuff. You have ways to go for the deadlines, but if you want to, especially the paper share right now, if you are interested in that, register for it, and then just make sure you pay by the 3rd, because that's when I'm going to be cutting that off to do the ordering. So, hi, Sequencer. I don't know your name, but welcome. Hello. Sometimes when the last names come on and I don't know who they are, I'm sorry. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Terry. Hello, Marcia. How are you? So, I got a lot of cards this week, so I want to show you those, and then we'll jump into the project because it's going to be a lot of fun. But I want to get these shown to you and get them out of the way before they get all inky, because we're going to have some fun with some ink today. Hi, Mary. How are you? Okay, so this first card is from Dana. So this is really a fun card. Look how fun this fold is. And then she did a fold there. Isn't that neat? So you think that's a fold, and already I liked that. I thought that was kind of cool. And then it had, oh, Cindy, I'm already on episode 6. Emily in Paris is on. I love that show. I just looked at it and I said, really? Episode 6 already? I was watching it right before I came on, and I was like, oh no, I have 3 minutes left. What time is it? And then it says waiting for me, and I'm like, oh, I had to stop it. So I'm super excited about it. I like to watch that. Okay, the next one I have is from Mary. She's here in town. So this is her cute little card. I love that deer. Such a cute deer. And then she did some flowers on the inside. Very nice. Thank you, Mary. This is from my upline. I absolutely love this card. This is from Sherry. Look what a beautiful card that is. Isn't that pretty? It just sparkles. It is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Sherry. This one is from, oh, Stampin' Storage, but I have to show you. It's really pretty. Look how pretty that is. It's got the foil on it, and it looks like this was a stencil. I'm assuming that they produce it and then video copy and send them out, because I'm sure they have a lot to send out. That would be my guess, but very pretty. I love the crumb cake on the back. This one is from Rebecca Chapman. It's beautiful. I love this set. Oh, I just noticed that you used the shimmer paper in the background, and then it looks like you sponged it with the blue because it's all shimmery. Oh, here, you guys, there's a tree on the inside, but this is what I want you to see. Look how pretty that is. Let me see if I can hold it right. There we go. Isn't that pretty with the shimmering on it? Very pretty. Thank you, Rebecca. I told you guys my French doors, or yeah, I guess into the den in the front. So I'm going to go put these up on the wall. From Laura Barton. Very nice. I love it. Nice snowy card. This week was a really fun week with cards. My husband said, wow. He keeps saying, good with the cards, less with the bills. He's happy about that. Oh, my friend Linda, who lives in Texas now, sent me this card. How pretty that is. Thank you, Linda. That's okay, Jackie. We're just looking at some cards really quick. Okay, this one is from Randy Brosnan. Thank you so much. She gave me a Starbucks gift card. We're traveling this week. It'll come in perfect handy there. And this is the one she made me. Look how cute with the Scotty dogs on it. And then I think my little bow got smushed in the mail, or it could have been in my pile. It got smashed. So very cute. And so colorful. Thank you so much. That was really sweet of you. This one is from Deborah Davis. She's my downline. Look how pretty that is. I just love all the die cutting and all the embossing. It's just so pretty. And then she put holly on all the edges on the inside. Isn't that pretty? Very nice, Deborah. Oh, and I love those iridescent pearls. They're so pretty. And my last one is from Angela Brooks. Was the birdhouse made with the gingerbread dies? You know, I don't think so. No, she's been a stamper for a really, really long time. And she, I don't think that's a Stampin' Up. I think that's something else. Angela, I loved this card. Look how pretty this is. Isn't that beautiful? I love all the colors. So pretty. Thank you. Do you know I never used the mitten set, but I'm going to keep it because I want to do something like this. I really like it. I'm going to do some donating. My son works for the VA hospital, and so I'm going to donate a bunch of cards this year, and this is, I think, what I'm going to do for next year's Christmas cards because it looks fun, and I love anything with dies. And I think that set has dies, does it not? I think it does. Anyway, so thank you everybody. I absolutely love all my cards, and I will be going and putting those on my card wall. And I put them up until like through January. I've got to go through the new year and see them all. So thank you, Lisa. Oh yeah, that would be a fun winter card too. Agree. So let's get busy. We have a fun card today. This is the card we're going to make. And then we're going to get a little inky and a little messy. We're going to do a little bit of embossing. I just thought this was really going to be a fun card. I missed the card. Sorry, Marcie, I missed the card. Did you want to see a card, Julie? Which one? I like the mint ones too. It's really cute. I like them all. I love getting mail, and I don't get mail a lot. I mean, I do, but I don't. But I just love getting cards. I get so excited. My husband just laughs at me because I love it. I thought I missed it, and cool, I did. Oh, okay, good. Hi, Sylvia. Welcome. New Zealand. Oh, fun. My husband and I went to Australia, I think in 2017, and we were both mad that we came back home, and we were so close to New Zealand and we didn't go. So it's on our list, hopefully soon. All right, well, let's get busy. I want to show you how I did this card. So let's zoom down here. I've got my craft mat out because we're going to kind of get messy. And I just wanted to use this stamp set. So let me show you, first of all, I put my stamps, see, I was working with the large one too. I put my stamps on here, and then I keep the thinner piece. I've showed you guys this before, but I like to keep this on here in case I do throw pieces in here. Also, they don't get stuck to this side. If you use the thicker plastic on this side, it's really hard to get out. And so these tend to stick to the thicker plastic. So I just put the lighter plastic in there, and that's how I do my stamps. So I thought I'd show you that first off. The sentiment, just a note, is coming from Happy Labels. So this, I think, is a really fun set. It's got a lot of different kind of fonts and different sizes. And so I just wanted something little and straight to just go right there. And I'll show you how I came up with all of that. So let's just hop right in and get busy. I have our pieces here, and on the inside, really simple, I added a small piece here. So we'll do that in the end, which means we're going to do that last because I don't like to add my white to the blue until I add on my little piece there. So we'll just keep that there. So let's just jump right into our white piece here. And we are going to, I'm going to pull this piece off here because this is going to go, let me see if I, yeah. I have measured these two here. So we're going to stamp that piece and this one. And I have a bunch of extra white pieces over here, so we'll work on that too. And we will also bring in our pad here so we try not to make such a big mess. So let me move my card over here. Okay. So what we're going to do is, first things first, is we're going to get some baby wipes. And you know that when you do this kind of technique, it never comes out the same. So let's just hope for the best. Get what we want. I would normally put a pool party in this, but my pool party is empty. It is like down to the last couple drops. So I chose some other colors. All right, I'm just going to put 3 down. And I always put something like this. I don't put my silicone mat down because that will stain. Even though this is regular ink, I just like it on this better. It wipes up much better. When you have a minute, maybe at the end tonight, what is that behind you in the corner? Behind me in the corner. Okay, remind me at the end. Let me write myself a note because I'm not sure what you're talking about. Behind me in the corner. Okay, I got it written down. Don't let me forget. All right. So what we're going to do is the 3 that I chose is I have Granny Apple Green because I wanted a bright green. And then I went with a little bit of a darker green, which is Old Olive. And then I did Night of Navy. So those are the colors that I used. And then I did throw a little bit of Pool Party in. And if I can get those drops out, I will. So I'm going to start with Night of Navy because I don't want a whole lot. But I do want it just kind of random drops. Oh, you know what? I should have showed you. Well, that's okay. We're using the smaller turtle. What I'd like to do if we were using the larger turtle is to stamp an image on here like this. So I know exactly where I need my colors to go. But I'm going to make it big. And that's okay. So we'll do them kind of far apart. Oh, that's my husband's garage door. Sorry about that. He's probably like, oh no, she started. I'm going to do more of the Granny Apple Green. And I know I used probably way too much ink, and that's okay. What are these? $3, something like that each. I'm not worried about it. Okay, and then Old Olive. I'd rather have enough on here than not enough. So we'll put some Old Olive on here. And I like to kind of just spread out my colors. And then let's see what we have here, because let's see if I can fill in these spots. But there's not much, and I swore I had one, but I can't find it. So I think this is the only one I've got. Unless it's next. No, not there. All right, so we've got a little bit. Be careful, because this is splattering everywhere. Because there's not much left, but that's okay. We'll fill it in with some other colors. We can do a little bit of Coastal Cabana. All right, we'll just do a little bit. So just kind of pick your colors, and I'm just going to add a little bit. You don't really want to move your image around your stamp all over the place because it'll just get kind of muddy. And you also want to wipe it off. So I'm leaving some space down here to wipe it off. Let me pull that back in. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of give ourselves a little bit of a spot here. My husband, I bet you he thinks that I'm not on yet or something. All right, so I think that's fine, and you can see a little bit of the coastal there, and that's fine. I just wipe it off and I go to a different spot. So, and I'm just going to make sure it's inked up, and then do another one. Okay, so they don't have to be super inky. I'm going to add a little bit more though. I just like to really make sure that you get a lot of ink. So you can tell the darker green and the lighter green. I'm not going to add more blue. All right, so now I'm going to go over here. And so I start in the middle and then I work my way outward so that you don't, you don't have these weird empty spots. Okay, and I squish kind of hard onto the ink. And we'll just do this one. Okay, so everyone, and you can go a couple times without wiping off because it pretty much comes off when you do it. Yeah, it sounds like thunder. My husband's got that rolling door over there, and I think he's forgot that I'm in here on a video and he's thinking, because last time he said, oh, did you hear that? And I was like, yes, I did. He was like, oh, sorry about that. All right, so I'm just going to try to kind of squish it in there. Only because I'm not putting a whole bunch of ink. I just want to make sure it picks it up. And so you're just going to kind of move it around. Like I said, start in the middle, work your way out. Yeah, I can tell my husband forgot I was doing a video because he just walked in here and was about to talk. All right, so then just kind of fill it in. Okay, so there's no blue up here. I definitely want to make sure I put blue up there. So just kind of find that blue spot that you want. And make sure that they're not all facing the same way. They can face off and on and whatever you want. All right, I'm going to turn him and just get his feet in there. Hi Donna, how are you? Thanks, Kathy. Let's see, let's get this guy right here. So this is the one time I do rock my stamp. I just want to make sure I get enough all over on my little guy. Okay, so this one is more, looks like it's more bold, and it's okay. It's just a background. And if you really wanted to, you could take the other stamps in the stamp set and fill in, but I was fine with just these turtles. Okay, I'm going to turn this one this way. So now at this point what I did is I just kind of put their little feet or their little head, and then just kind of stuck them here and there to make sure the paper's all filled in. And I think that's fine, just like that. So now you can kind of turn it, I'm going to turn it this way because this one doesn't have any blue and I want the blue to show on the top, so that's what I'm going to do. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move this one and just let that kind of dry. We're going to pull this one in and we're going to pull these, which are the bubbles right here. This one right here. Now it shows the other side and I'll show you what that's for. But right now, let's move this out of the way. And let's put our blue in here. Do you have the wipes on a silicone mat? No, it's not a silicone mat. This is my craft mat. So I could, because this wipes up pretty good. And now it's just a mat. So I cut this in 4s, I think it was, because this was a big mat. So I just cut it in 4s and bring out just part of it. But it's just I think it's a Ranger craft mat is what this one is. And so I'm just going to leave, oopsie, now I got it on my hands. And so now, the thing is it could be really messy, but it's just our regular ink. So it'll come off when I wash my hands. And of course I use the scrubbies and it comes right off. Okay, so now this is a larger stamp. So I'm going to take my blue and I'm going to ink it up. All right, and then we're going to take this one. This is our little piece in the front right here. And we are going to stamp it just like this. All right. And pull it off. Now you're going to see a bunch of spots that I missed. So I'm going to turn my ink pad this way because this way I can go like this and not get it all over. And I'm just going to ink the missing little white spots. I just want it all with the bubbles. just going to fill it in with just the edge. Okay, so that one's done. And now I'm going to do this one. The same thing, because this is going to go on the inside. So we'll take this, and I'm going to just take this one completely off and stamp it. Because now I can just cut that little piece off. But look how pretty that is. In fact, maybe we'll just leave this as the bottom because it looks like waves, right? It looks like bubbles. Let's do that. That looks fun. So we'll leave that one like it is. I like that idea better than... All right, let me wipe this off so I don't stick my hand in it. I'll finish that later. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move that aside. I'm going to bring this one back in because I forgot my little turtle. So let's do our turtle again on just this piece of paper here. So I want blue. I'm going to go right here. So just kind of get it really good, and you can do a couple if the first one doesn't come out like you want it. And I'm going to do it a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to use that one. See how much brighter that one is? So I'm going to use that one. So now I'm done with this. Now what we're going to do is we are going to, look at my hands. That's the hazard here. Let me get a new wipe. I'm going to wipe off any extra just in case I don't get it on my card. All right. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my little turtle is clean. And there's a couple things I'm going to do right now. First, I'm going to bring in my clear embossing powder because I want him to shine kind of like he's got water on him. And I'm going to bring in my Versamark and my my tool. I don't need my tool quite yet, but what I'm going to do is let's do our turtle first. So let's get him with Versamark. And if you look at his head and his feet here, you can line them up pretty good. And if he's not perfect, it's okay. My head's probably in the way again. So I'm going to get him with Versamark. And then, oh, I'm like, where did my spoon go? And then I'm going to put him, you know, I'm going to do the bottom one too because he's cute too. I could use him later. I don't want to waste him. Might as well, right? Because he's cute too. All right. So then we're going to heat them up so that they're shiny. Lisa, I do have hand sanitizer and it does help. You see how pretty he is? He's shiny. So it doesn't really matter, they're clear, so if it's off just a little bit, it's still shiny. And we're going to fussy cut them out, so you're still going to get that shine on them. even if it's just a little bit off. Okay, so there's that one. Now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take our 2 starfish and we are going to ink them up. I just put them both on the same. I like to get them really inky. We're going to just put those right there. And we're going to do the same thing and put clear on them. And heat those up. Now, I'll show you what I did yesterday, and then I'll show you what you could have done differently, because it worked both ways. So I did this first, and then I was going to use my blending brush and put some color on my starfish. And then I decided to do something a little bit different. So I cleaned off this, my starfish, and then I did one at a time so I can know what I'm doing and see it. I took the crumb cake and I turned the starfish over. So when you see these images and it looks like there's the flat side behind it, and then there's the image on front, you could put a solid image. Now, I chose not to do that for the turtles because I just really liked the brightness of the turtles. I did try it and I ended up not liking it. So I'm going to do that right now with the larger starfish. Okay, so that's what it would look like if it was dark. So I'm going to do one here, and then I'm going to put my head in the way, and I'm going to do one there. See how it comes out? And you can still see the color. Okay, so I just wanted a little bit of color, but I could go darker if I wanted. And I think I might have used a darker color yesterday, so let me try that. I actually think I used soft suede because I thought the crumb cake was a little too light. So let's do that again with soft suede. Okay, so see how it kind of gives it a little bit of a different look there? And you could use your brushes too if you wanted. So let's take this one off and do the small one. All right, so same thing. I did soft suede. I'm going to stamp that off and stamp it right there. Okay, and I'm going to do it twice just because I did the crumb cake first on that other one. Okay, so it just kind of gives them a little bit of a color. All right, now what I do is just let it kind of leave it alone for a minute. By the time you put everything away, then I take a dry tissue and then I'll rub it off so you can see that white pop. See how that white pops now? So you can still see all the detail of the starfish. And then I'll just wipe I don't have to wipe the turtle off because I didn't ink on top of them. Okay, so there we go. So let's cut these out. We'll cut this guy out here. And then we'll cut these here. All right, so I feel like there's powder everywhere, so let me wipe that off. All right, let's go to the inside of our card. This is going to be 4, I don't know what size this one is, 4 by 5 1/4, so that works. So I like that bottom like that versus, I think that yesterday I did it on a scrap piece of paper, so I didn't even notice how that looks on the bottom of a full piece of paper, but I really like it. So we're going to go with this, kind of oceany looking. All right, so there's that one. So again, this piece is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then on the white piece, the basic white is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we'll put, and this is Night of Navy, and we'll put it inside our crumb cake. I always like crumb cake. It just ties into the earthy tone stuff for me. So any kind of fish or outdoors or trees or anything, I really like that. All right. Does the color rub off? It won't wipe off, Marcie, over the embossing. Oh, no, because what happened is the embossing is, so this part right here is embossed, but inside, in between that, where you see the brown, that's paper. And then this side all right here is all paper. So it just absorbs into what's not paper. I hope that makes sense. All right, so now we're ready for this one. So let's go ahead and we're gonna do this. Again, this is 4 by 5 1/4. And the larger one is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm going to put this on top. Oops. Okay, I don't want to do that yet. Where's my... Hold on. Alright, I already put adhesive on it, so I'm dropping stuff here. Okay, this is where I like to put this together first, just to make sure that everything fits, because this will go over. And if it's too short, I can trim it, and it might just be a tiny bit. So let's put this on. So this is 1 1/4 by 4, and then this is 1 1/8 by 4. So just put that right in the middle on the end, and then just carry it over there. And now we'll add it, and then we can trim it. So even though when you look at the set, you think, oh man, it's more fussy cutting. And that's what I did. And I was like, all right, I can see something. Now, don't ask me why I turned that upside down. There's no reason at all. Except I think the bubbles look right a certain way and not the other way. All right, I'm going to line this up. And then I'm going to line this up here. And then I'm going to line this up right here on this. I think maybe a little, like one above that line. So there's that. And then one above the line. So what's nice is you can see in through your silicone mat. Do you know you've made your own DSP? Yeah, I love making my own DSP, Debbie. I love it. Okay, so this is slightly on the edge. You can see it, but I'm not worried because we're going to put stuff over there, so you're not going to really be able to tell. But you can see the lines through this, so this is a really good way to line things up. All right. Have you guys seen the new boho mini machine, the blue? Look at, oh, I'll show it to you a little bit, but it's so pretty. So pretty. Okay, so here we go. Now, because we're not tying anything around this, I'm fine going ahead and adding this on. Everything else that we're adding on is going to be just on top. So we're good with that. Now I have this blue strip, which actually was a scrap from another project, same color. So I'm going to emboss on this. We're going to take our Just a Note. It's on order, that's good. And our Versamark. We'll move these over. And I'm going to take and just put this underneath here. All right. Let's hope it's straight. I always go in just a little bit in case I want to cut that edge, which I do, but you don't really see it much on this anyway. And I think that might be too high. Let me do another one while we're here. I think that was pretty high. That's better. All right, and I want this in white. All right, get that out of the way and bring my brush in because I see a little bit I want to clean. Even though you use that, I guess I didn't pounce it enough with my powder because that usually works pretty good. I'm picky though. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to go underneath. When I do darker ones, I tend to like to go underneath because if you're on top, you're blowing that powder and you tend to get it more on the dark paper. Whereas if you go underneath, it kind of melts the powder where it's at. So I tend to do this a little more with the darker paper. Okay. I'm not going to do the other one because I think it's crooked. So we're just going to, I just snipped that off and I want it at an angle. It just adds a little bit more to it. What is the Boho Mini Machine's order number? Oh, I'll look it up for you in just a second because I don't know it off the top of my head. All right, so I'm going to add our 3 right there. So we added our 3 for our sentiment. We're going to fussy cut these out. So this is really all we fussy cut out of this whole thing, which is not bad. So just kind of go around. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of keep rounding those corners when you get to the corner. So put your scissors up and then just where you have a nice long cut and do it as you're turning. Okay, then go up and just make sure you can keep cutting as you're going around those corners, and that helps make them a little smoother. Okay, so there's that, except I do know 2 of these corners kind of came out wonky. Okay, so there's that one. And then I'll show you how I put those on. I did a little something to them to give them a little more life. There's not much fussy cutting. It's just 2 little starfish and your turtle. So again, I kind of just go with the turtle, like right here, like under with his little fins right here. There's kind of a lump right there. I just go with the lump and then just cut off that extra paper if it's in your way. You don't have to do the whole cut in one thing. All right, so his little head here with his little eyes, and his little nose, I just kind of go around because that's not going to be a perfect circle. And then again with this, you're going to, his little fin here, you're going to go in and outward. So give him his little thumbs or whatever you want to call those. He just looks more realistic with all of his. Now he looks a little pink here, mainly because my blue. All right, there we go. Now take your embossing folder, tool, and just kind of curve him. His body, his feet, everything. Just kind of curve him a little bit. Mostly his shell. Okay, so there he is curved. I'm going to do the same with the starfish. You want to be careful not to rip it. Just kind of rub it with your finger. And if you wanted to, you could also, take your bone folder like that. Just kind of make them have a little more life instead of just flat. All right. Now, what I did is I'm going to take his tummy, and then I also took the small embellishment or dimensionals, and I put them, right on his claw, not on the tip, but down a little where it's thicker, where you can actually put this at. Oops, right there. I didn't worry about the feet. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. And then I took the large, this one has, and I put it on the starfish. Another one on the little starfish. Okay. And now I have some thread. Oh, I need to reach over and get these. Okay, so this is the end of my thread. So just take your bone folder and just go like this. And it'll straighten it out for you so it doesn't curl the way you don't want it to. Because I want this to curl once, small, curl bigger, and then come around this way. Okay, so you can pull this one. Oops, there we go. And then just kind of get the loops that you want. This one's kind of big. I want this one. Where am I? There we go. There we go. So now just put some right here in the middle. Put some adhesive and just lay your loops down. And I want these little ones to stick out. All right, so we're going to start with our starfish. I'm going to put one over here and then one over here. Number one, it covers up the adhesive that I did, but I also want to see them. And then I'm going to put my turtle kind of in the middle right there. So let's take this, and you just want to make sure that it goes on your paper, not just on your string. So make sure that that's going to stick. And this one, I'm going to stick it like that. I want to see my string, so we're going to do that. And then we're just gonna pile him up like right there, like he's crawling over. Okay, you see how he's just crawling over. And then we're gonna take our Just a Note. And we're just gonna tuck that in right here. And I want it kind of in the middle. Okay, I'm going to cut this just a little bit shorter. There we go. So that fits right on there. And then I just added some of these brushed metallic gems. And I just kind of put them around the focus point here. And you can there we go, it lays a little flatter. So there we go. So you can tell it's always going to look different no matter how you do it, because the background is just a matter of your ink, the mixture of your colors, you know, whatever you decide to use on your ink. Now you could always, you know, stamp those and then put a color underneath them like I showed you with the stars. Turn them over, use the solid color. I would stamp off first so you get a light image if you want to color them in. I like the vibrance of just the main stamp and not the background. So you don't have to do that. This one, I think I actually stamped in, soft suede, and then I embossed it in clear. And this one, I embossed it first, and then I did the background. I did the background on this one too. So I stamped in soft suede, then I embossed it in clear, and then I turned it over and did it in, I think I did it in crumb cake because I did the dark part in soft suede. And then in this one, I did crumb cake. No, I cleared first, and then I did the soft suede. So it just depends on whatever, you know, you have. This one's a nice dark turtle here with more green around, but his shell has a lot of the blue, and here the blue's towards the bottom. So it's just kind of, you know, find out what you like. Stamp a bunch of them off and see what works for you and what colors you like and what combination you like the best. Thanks, Barb. Oh, you guys are so welcome. So I'm glad you guys like it. I wanted to show you a way to create the card that you don't have to do a lot of fussy cutting. And they're really actually very, very simple to fussy cut. So you know, it makes sense that they didn't do a die set with this because it's really, really simple. So this was the first one I did. And then this is the one we did today. So see, the colors are just a little bit different. I used the same re-inkers, but I chose different, well, I was running out of Pool Party for one, but I also just didn't put probably as much ink down. And so it's just a matter of, you know, if you put a whole lot of ink, it dries fairly quickly. So it's better to re-ink, and you want to re-ink in the same spots. If you cannot tell what the same spots are, then get new baby wipes and start fresh, because you're going to muddy up the ink just the same as if you moved your stamp around, and you're not going to get that nice, bold, fun color. So you want to be careful. This one was a lot more inky, as you can tell, the one I already did. And this one's not as inky, but still you can tell they're turtles. I mean, it's okay. So if you do 10 of these and you're, you know, on the last card and it's not quite as dark, it's okay. You can still tell. Another fun thing is you could put like a little pool of fish you know, in the background here really lightly or something. There's also like this, I think this is seaweed, but at first I thought it was a wave, this right here. But I think if you cluster them together, it can be like a seaweed. It's kind of cool looking. And then it also has a sand dollar right there. But they're all reversible, so you can turn them around and put a background on them. Oh, thanks, Deborah. Okay, so somebody was asking about what's behind me in the corner. What are you talking about? Because I know I need to clean my room, but I don't know what you're saying. What's in the corner? There's a bunch of, that's a bunch of new stuff. That's all my new stuff that I've come in that's not on my shelf. So that's like Sale-a-bration items over there. And then paper, because I need to transfer it. I haven't cleaned out the Christmas paper yet. Yeah, and the mini, okay, so here's the boho mini in the new color, sneak peek, new color. So this is going to be a new color, and I don't know if that dark gray is going to be a new color or not, but this is going to be the new machine. Oh, the red turntable. Oh, yeah. That's my little Christmas decoration. It's just a little 2-tier table thing, you know, like a little 2-tier table. And then if you go to Amazon and you type in tier table design, they have all kinds of stuff. And they had all this cute little stuff for, I don't know, it was like $10 or something. Except that little coffee that's on there right there. I bought that separate. But yeah, it's just a cute, and you just decorate it. So, and the Santa Claus table, I don't remember where I saw that, where I got it. I don't think it was Amazon. I think it was one of those craft stores, not Hobby Lobby. I think it was another one. But yeah, I think it was Michael's, and they had it on clearance or something. So I grabbed it. I think it's the red turntable. Yeah, so that's what I ended up getting. So this is going to be a special. This is not available to everybody. And I will promote it after the holidays, but it is for new people signing up in January. So January and February through the Sale-a-bration catalog. If you have a catalog, it's in the back of the Sale-a-bration catalog. It'll give you more details. But I will promote it and post about it in January. Probably the last week of the month. And I would love to have you on my team if you are considering joining. There's going to be an amazing special in January. So hopefully you will stay tuned, and I'll give you some more information about that. Let's see, what else? I think that is it. Oh, thanks, Deb. I'm glad you guys liked them. So I hope you guys will consider the sea turtle. It's such a cute set. Just the turtles alone. I mean, you could just do one big turtle and do a little ocean themed background and you're done. I mean, look how cute. And I didn't even gloss him. I didn't emboss him. But isn't he cute? So, and he's nice and big. I mean, he would take up your whole card. And you could just put your bubbles at the bottom and do a little wave embossing folder or something and done. Okay, so people are asking the boho blue. Okay, let me look. If you are a demonstrator right now, let me go look at really quick and I'll tell you what the number is. That's not it. I'm trying to find it for you. Hold on just a second. I don't know why all of a sudden I can't find it. Sorry. I'm trying to look on my order real quick for you guys because that's the quickest way I can think of looking for it. And I just looked on the wrong order, so here it is. Sorry. Here it is. 161104. 161104. That's what it is. Nothing's coming up. Okay, so if you are not a demonstrator, you cannot get it. Right now, demonstrators are the only ones that are able to get it because it's a pre-order for us. And the purpose is so that we can show it to you and promote it. And so that's why we are able to get it. As of January the 5th, if you decide to join and become a demonstrator, I'll just tell you, instead of $99 and getting $125 in product, you're going to get $129. You're going to get a machine. You can get white or blue, and $175 in product. So it's an amazing sign-up special. But I will show you all of that next week. So, and I'll give you more information about it. So yeah, Eileen, I don't know if you're a demonstrator or not, but it will not show up if you are not a demonstrator. All right, everybody. So look forward to that. I'll give you some more information on that after the holidays next week, probably. I will not be here on Sunday. It is, I will be in Tahoe. So I will see you on the Wednesday after. I just saw the mini stamp. Oh, you guys are funny. So don't forget about the paper share. That's the biggest thing right now is if you are interested in getting the paper and that'll be 154 sheets of paper, 6x6. That's all of the 10 new packs, 4 specialty papers, and 1 host set. And that includes shipping. You will get a quarter of each package. So don't miss out on that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And a lot of people try to find out after the fact, can they still get it? And so I'm not going to have that many extras. So it just depends on if it's an even number. That's what I'm going with, if by 4. So, all right, everybody, have a very Merry Christmas and be careful. Have fun. Thanks, you guys. We'll have fun. It's going to be a snowy drive, I think. And I will see you guys back here on Wednesday next week. And I'll give you more information about that. How machine is it? How much is it? I think it's like 63. If you're talking about the machine, I think it's 63, Elaine. So, all right, everybody. If you have any more questions, just message me. Other than that, I will see you next Wednesday. Bye, everybody. Merry Christmas.